Hey everyone, in this video I am going to cover problems on hydrographs. So hydrograph theory has already been covered in the previous videos, and in this video basically we'll see the conversion of flood hydrograph into direct runoff hydrograph, and then to find out the total volume of runoff from a given hydrograph, and then to find out the peak value of hydrograph given that you have sufficient data for that, and then how can we find peak flood value by using rational method, and then finally we'll discuss the problems on conversion of unit hydrograph from one unit hydrograph duration to any other duration unit hydrograph. So we'll start with the conversion of DRH into FRH. So basically DRH is nothing but direct runoff hydrograph. DRH is a direct runoff hydrograph, and FRH is flood hydrograph. So the difference between these two hydrographs is obvious. As the name suggests, direct runoff hydrograph means it only represents direct runoff with respect to time. So hydrograph essentially is nothing but representation of runoff with respect to time. How runoff varies in a river, what is the response of a particular catchment to a certain storm event, to a certain rainfall event, that is nothing but runoff. And how that runoff varies with respect to time, like what is the time that is taken to reach the peak in a particular river or in a particular stream, and what is that peak value. So basically these are two things that we get from hydrographs, and that is the importance of hydrograph. So in direct runoff hydrograph, we do not consider the base flow, and base flow is that water or that runoff which reaches in the stream after a long period of time. So basically all the water which is not getting infiltrated or not getting evaporated, that goes into the river or that goes over the surface to a stream, that is called surface runoff. But some of the infiltered water, slowly it will percolate, and then it will join the groundwater table, and that groundwater table after a very long period of time it will again join back to the bigger stream. So that water which is reaching the stream through this groundwater flow, that is called base flow. So base flow is nothing but delayed runoff, you can think of. Now FRH, if I plot FRH and DRH on the same graph, if I try to plot both of them, so here this on y-axis, I just a second. So here on y-axis I am denoting discharge, and on x-axis I am denoting the time. For what time I'll get the runoff in the river. So it can vary, it can fluctuate. So here when I start it from 0, this is called direct runoff hydrograph. On the other hand, when I don't start it from 0 and there is some intercept, that is called flood hydrograph. Or let me draw it like this. The only difference which I want to tell you is that it includes the base flow. So basically it's like it is a smooth curve. So here it is flood hydrograph, and this one is direct runoff hydrograph. So here in DRH I am assuming that there was no flow initially, so I am not considering any base flow, but here I am considering some base flow, this much base flow, let's say Q naught. Already Q naught amount of water was flowing in the river. So your perennial rivers, will always have some flow. So this is just a way to represent. Here I just want to know the response of the catchment to a certain rainfall. I just want to know the immediate response. So that can be denoted by DRH. And this is nothing but FRH. Now one more very important thing that we should know before we begin the problems, that is the area under this hydrograph also gives you an information. So basically this is the area under hydrograph, or let's take that hydrograph also. So what is the quantity that this area is representing? Suppose this is time in seconds and this is discharge in meter cubes per second. So if I see what is the area units will comes of meter cube, and meter cube is nothing but a unit of volume. So this area under hydrograph gives you volume of runoff. So how much volume of runoff has been generated from that particular catchment? That is what is this area representing. So I can note down a very important point from here, that the area under hydrograph, be it any hydrograph, be it flood hydrograph or DRH or maybe unit hydrograph, the area under hydrograph always gonna tell you about the volume of runoff. So area under hydrograph gives you the volume of runoff. So I hope this is fine. And another most important point from here that we can note, that the ordinates, so these are the y values, these are the x values. So if you look at suppose the duration itself is same, suppose both of them are ending at the same point. So what you can see here is the ordinates of flood hydrograph are higher or more as compared to the ordinates of DRH. So it is visible here. Because why? Because it is considering some Q naught value. So you can also write here one more important point, that ordinates of flood hydrograph. So how can I get the ordinates of this hydrograph number 2? I have to take the ordinates of hydrograph number 1 and add the base flow to it. So basically, I am saying that ordinates of hydrograph, which is a flood hydrograph, is equals to the ordinates of direct runoff hydrograph plus base flow. So basically when I am adding, so I am saying that base flow is also in the units of meter cubes per second, and this is also in the units of meter cubes per second. So now very simple question based on these two concepts we will see, and then you will be able to solve it very easily. If you are asked to find out the peak value of DRH and the peak value of FRH, then you only have to subtract the base flow. So you can understand it with this one more here diagram I'll plot. So suppose assume it is a triangle. So assume this is a smooth line basically. So this is the peak value, let's say. This is discharge versus time. So the first one, the blue one, is a FRH and the yellow one is a DRH. Now let's say this is the peak value, the maximum value of the discharge. So this is QPD, that means for DRH, and this is QPF. So obviously you can see, let's say this is the base flow. Okay. So here very easily you can see that QPF minus QPD is equals to base flow only, like this and this total. So it is very much visible, very clear that peak discharge of a flood hydrograph and peak discharge of a direct runoff hydrograph, the difference is about the base flow. Now for my convenience here I have assumed base flow to be constant. It need not to be constant. So it can be varying also, like it can also vary with the hydrograph ordinates. So here for our simplicity we have taken it constant. Now let's take very simple problems based on these concepts, these two concepts. Area under hydrograph gives you the volume of runoff, and the ordinates of flood hydrograph exceeds the ordinates of direct runoff hydrograph by base flow. So based on these two simple concepts, we'll take the problems. Problems also we'll take very basic level. So here, let's say the ordinates of flood hydrograph are observed as follows. So I am giving you the ordinates of flood hydrograph. So ordinates with respect to time are given. So let's say time is representing in hours. So very simple problem we are taking. So because it is a flood hydrograph, please note it will not start from 0. So let's say 30, 40, and then I should know that there is a trend, right? First it has to increase and then it has to come down. So let's say from here I'll come down again to 30. Okay, so here I have taken a very simple case. Now from this you have to find out the ordinates of direct runoff hydrograph. Now in this case, what we'll do, it's very simple case. Ordinates of FRH are given and you have to find the ordinates of DRH. So you know you can subtract the base flow from it and then your work is done. Now suppose in this case nothing is given, so you can take this value as base flow, because base flow is nothing but at the beginning of, like when the rainfall has not started, when the runoff has not started building up, whatever is the value of discharge, that you can take as base flow and solve the problem. So here how do you get the values? These are the ordinates of DRH, that is direct runoff hydrograph. So nothing is mentioned about base flow. At t is equals to 0, whatever value is there. So at t is equals to 0, whatever value is there, this t is equals to 0 is the time of getting the runoff in the river. Okay. So here simply you can subtract this. 30 minus 30 0, 40 minus 30 10. So I'm just subtracting the value of base flow from each and every ordinate. That is what I mentioned here. Subtract the value of base flow from each and every ordinate and you will get the ordinates of DRH. Okay. So here 50 minus 30 20, 35 minus 35 and 30 minus 30 is 0. So you see it satisfies our condition that DRH always begins with the 0 and ends with the 0, because it does not consider any previous flow. It just considers what is the response of a catchment to a certain rainfall which has occurred on that particular catchment. And response means only runoff I'm talking about. So here you can even plot this. So that's a very simple case. Now Let's take another simple question. So let's say you are given a DRH. Let's say you are given a DRH. So this is a DRH. And I have given you a regular figure, that is a triangle. Why? Because you know the area of triangle. If I give you any other curve, you don't know to find out the area of that. Like you can find out by cutting a strip and knowing the limits, but again, it's like easy this way. So I am assuming a simple regular shape, that is triangle. It can be a trapezoidal also, it can be a rectangle also. No, it cannot be a rectangle, because you know that initially it should rise, slowly it should rise, and then it should fall down. So this is how a runoff gets built up in the river or in any stream. So here it is a DRH, direct runoff hydrograph, and it is triangular in shape. Now this time is given in hours. So here the time is 80 hours, and the peak value is given to you as 200 meter cubes per second. 200 meter cubes per second. Now, this hydrograph has been generated due to a certain runoff, and that runoff has occurred from a given catchment, and catchment area is given to you as, so catchment area is given to you as 1440 kilometers square, and you have to find out what is the effective rainfall, or you have to find out what was the runoff. So there is a catchment over which some rainfall has occurred. The area of the catchment is given to you. You have to find out what is the runoff generated, what is the depth of runoff due to which this hydrograph has been generated. What is the amount of runoff due to which I have plotted this hydrograph. So again, you have to use the concept that this is a triangle. You can use this values to find out the area of the triangle. So now you know that area of this particular DRH is nothing but half into base into height. That is very simple, right? You know that for any triangle, this is the area. For any triangle, this is the area. So what will be the, what is the base? Base is 80 hours. Mind you, it is 80 hours. So we have to convert it into, and this is 200 meter cubes per second. Now this is in hours, this is in seconds. So simply I'll just convert by multiplying it with 3600. So I'll get some big number here. Okay. Now you know that this is not just another triangle, this is a DRH, this is a direct runoff hydrograph, or this is a hydrograph for that matter. And what does the hydrograph area gives you? It also gives you about the volume of runoff. So you can equate this, area equals to, see, if you see, the units will be meter cubes only, because the second will cancel out and you will be left with meter cubes. So you also know that this area represents the volume of runoff. So volume of runoff is nothing but, I have equated it with this much meter cube. Also, you know this volume has been generated from this catchment, and catchment area is given to you. So can I not write volume of runoff as depth of runoff into the area over which this runoff has been generated? So this runoff has reach the river only from this catchment, right? So I can write whatever is the depth of runoff into the area, that will be the volumes of runoff generated from this catchment, because I know the area. From the question, I know the catchment area and I have to find out the depth of runoff. So the question also I should mention here. Question is, what is depth of runoff? Basically, depth of runoff or runoff is also called as effective rainfall, or it is also called as rainfall excess, because it is that amount of rainfall which is not going into infiltration and not being evaporated. It is the extra rainfall which is reaching the outlet of the catchment. Now, simply you can find out depth of runoff is equals to this big number, 40 into 3600 into 200 divided by the area of the catchment. Area of the catchment is 1440 into 10 to the power 6, because it was in kilometer square. So simply I can calculate and I will be getting the value in as 200. I will be getting the value as, sorry, here I will be getting as 0.02. So it will be becoming 2 centimeters. So depth of runoff is 2 centimeters here. So based on these two concepts, that the area under the hydrograph gives you the volume of runoff, and if you know the area, if you can actually, if you know a figure of which you know you can calculate the area, then it is very easy. Now instead of a triangle, it may be a trapezoidal. In that case also you know the area of trapezoid, half into sum of parallel sides into height, the distance between the parallel sides. So in that case also you can easily solve, and this question was based on that if you know the ordinates of DRH, how can you derive the ordinates, or how can you obtain the ordinates of FRH, or vice versa. Here you please note, DRH ordinates to FRH ordinates, if you have to go, so here from here to here you have to add the base flow if you are going from DRH to FRH. But if you are going from FRH to DRH, you have to subtract the base flow. These two most important things you should remember, this one and this one. Where is this? Yes, this. So these are the two very important points, and then next problems we'll cover in the next video. So thank you for watching. If you have any doubts, you can post in the comment section.